Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to BlackOut Gaming TV. We have a week one match here on Upward. It's the first game of the season for these two teams. It is going to be between Season 6 champions, Highpander, and the team that finished third last season, and one of the newly promoted teams, the first team, /team, to play in Prem. So this is a landmark for one of the oldest communities in TF2. It is TC Ambition. I'm CeeJaey, and with me tonight is friend and Pyro teammate Steve, with John on the camera. Steve, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Hello, I'm ready for an exciting night of Highlander on PL Upward.
I sense the sarcasm in your voice. Do you not love Upward? Do you not just love it with every atom in your body?
Yeah, it's just great fun running into sightlines all day. Just at least I'm not playing Scout, put it that way.
Well, I mean, it's been the week one fixture for the past couple of seasons. I'm not sure if it was in Season 8. I think it was actually in Season 8 as well, now that I cast my mind back. So it is kind of the opener for the Highlander season, so it does give a little bit of nostalgia. We do have two teams of, how should we put this politely, varying experience levels, shall we say. Highpander, obviously, they actually, with this game, Steve, I'm not sure if you read my article on The Spire. Anyone in chat wants to check out thespire.tv. We do have Highlander news articles being posted up there. But something I mentioned in an article I wrote about the preview for this season is that Highpander playing in this season will be their 6th successive season playing in the top division, which actually brings them level with SNSD, who played 6 seasons in the top tier.
Are you counting Jamavu? So
I'm counting Jamavu, yeah.
I'd say Highpander's been playing longer.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, SNSD, under the name SDP, was 5 seasons, 1 to 5, and Jamavu had that kind of that 6th season, which was kind of SNSD. But yeah, I mean, we're talking about one of the most experienced Highlander teams, and in those 5 seasons previous to this one, they've always finished in the top 3, whereas TC Ambition, they came around in the Highlander Open in 2014, and they finished 2nd in High last year, winning the relegation playoff against Stacked. So, I mean, you know, a lot of people are expecting a bit of a role for Highpander tonight, but we do have some kind of roster changes for Highpander, some upgrades, you could argue, for TC Ambition. So, I mean, anything could happen. I mean, what are you kind of expecting from this match tonight?
Well, I'm expecting a role, let's be honest. It's newcomers versus veterans. The only person... Actually, well... It's not like TCA doesn't have good players. They have, Flow on Sniper. They have Wonder on Scout. He's Polish, so he's good, right? So they could make something happen. But with payload, you need good Uber fights. You need coordination, and I'm not sure if TCA has that. Then again, Highpander does have Kissa on Medic today.
Yeah, we can have a look at the rosters as the teams have gone live. We're into setup time, which I don't know how long the setup time is, Steve, because Valve's a lovely update broke the timer. So we're gonna have to.
I'm willing to bet it's 60 seconds.
We're gonna have to
I could be wrong. I'm pretty new to this game.
Yeah, I mean, it shows. It shows. So in the blue tonight, starting off attacking, we do have Highpander. So on Scout is Atomic and Soldier on Ubers, 2 new additions to the Highpander flank for this season. Obviously, they played for Chess last season. On Pyro is Gorston, Fungi on Demo, starting out his first season as main. Hildreth has he's not changed from Demo to Medic as previously expected. He is actually playing heavy tonight, pulling an Emilio. I mean, he thinks he can follow in Emilio's footsteps and go from Demo to heavy. We'll have to see how that works out. On Engineer is Cherry Rendezvous. He'll be merking tonight as Doom is unavailable. Kisakala is on Medic, playing Medic for the first time since Season 7, I believe. Tracker on Sniper and Grenjabob on Spy. We'll go over the TC roster slightly later as we're waiting for some of the suicides. And yeah, Steve, what do you see taking place here?
We've got the standard kind of roll out and hope you don't get sniped out of spawn strategy. Ooh, actually, Demon's jumping in. Interesting jump on house. Doesn't really work. I would have much preferred if he jumped across the right side, maybe behind them, or to the left. Because if you jump on house, all that really happens is the soldier forces you down easily, and you don't really see anything valuable. You just see, well, the sentry gun and whatever is in front of you. It'd be much better if you were able to relay more information to your soldier, so he could maybe spot the medic early, or know where the medic is early.
Yeah, we do see Kisakala come out now as Tracker got that pick onto Flow, so no sniper for the defending team, meaning Kissa can come out and no crits, no, and they've not used yet, but they finally do onto Fungi, and the Ubers are traded. Gorston gets flashed in there, just pressuring the sentry. Great coordination there as Grenjabob gets the sap. Tracker gets another snipe onto Flow, and TC are just getting absolutely destroyed here. They're getting
Gorston is just going ham on the Pyroclast.
Gorston takes down the medic.
Keep saying Gorston. But TCA was just allowed them so much space. Before Highpander had to Uber, they were already basically on the point. You can't allow that to happen. You need pressure on chokes.
Yeah, it looks like
so this is TCA is going to be scrambling to recover now. The only frag they got is Tracker, which is very helpful in third, definitely. But
did Mr. Pumpsky die again there or something?
Did he?
Because he's got a very late spawn. I think I must have missed another death, because I think he must have died again after the Gorston pick, but they do have this kind of setup on third now. They've given up the second point. Highpander are going to cap it with pretty fast time. It's going to be under 2 minutes. They go 1 minute 49, and they do have this 50% Uber advantage for themselves to push onto third here, just reaching the 100% mark now. But TC have got their setup. They've got all their players. They've got their sentry up. So I mean, they can do something here. Spunky takes most
this
of
is
the
up to Sunrise. It's all up to Sunrise now. Can he survive? So actually a pretty good defense there from well, I can't tell if it's a good defense or a poor push, but it ends up not working. Possibly because if you look at the flank of Highpander, then they're not really committed. They were just on the card, kind of trying to get it closer. So I'd be willing to say that Highpander rushed this push because, well, they still had a lot of time to use their Uber advantage. And now
Uber's actually come out from TC Ambition. They're getting really aggressive here, and they do take down Kisakala. Sinnock there, the demo taking down the medic. Hildreth also goes down. They are bleeding a couple of players. Sunrise and Wonder both go down. So you're going to have to be very careful. Watch out for the repush, as it looks like Fungi is getting ready to jump. He jumps onto the corner, lands one sticky onto Flo, the sniper, but doesn't actually take him down. And finally does go down to the body shot. To the heavy there, scrambled. And it looks like TC is settling a little bit. I mean, they've got an Uber advantage now, and things are just kind of calming down. Cherry's doing the engineer, boring job of just pushing that car, and no one's actually, no one's contesting him. He's just he's going back to spy check as he chases Selec, and things have calmed down a little bit, Steve. Now, so you like that play from Sunrise? He kind of nullified that Uber earlier on.
Yeah, he was in position. I think what Highpander had the right idea. They were getting in into the left, into the elbow, but one, they didn't have their flank in, so they didn't have enough damage to follow up. And two, I think they kind of stuck their players too close together on the slope. So they ended up all being denied by like one right click, and then the spam came in and they just collapsed.
Cherry there saying in chat, what a gun, as Selec uses the Enforcer to take him down. And the Ubers are traded here, and Sunrise once again does a massive air blast, pushes Funky totally out of the fight, and the Conch comes in at the same time from Quintosh on Soldier, using that Beggar's Bazooka and just spamming people down. And Selec takes down Tracker once again. And it looks like TC are actually winning this fight. They're actually getting the better
I'm
end of the
really
picks.
wondering what Highpander is thinking right now, because Hildreth was in shithouse alone. Their pyro was down. I guess they just decided to trade. But they do have good flank pressure now with all the pyro going down, the people going in on the left.
Oh, Grenjabob comes in with the double kill, gets a backstab onto Mr. Palmsky, and then shanks Sinnock into the ground. He is dead. No medic and no demo, and that means 70% in the bank for Kisakala, and a 10-second respawn for Mr. Palmsky. 4 minutes and 29 is a fairly fast time for this third point. It's taken them about 3 minutes to capture between second and third, but doesn't look like TC Ambition are going to have. I mean, look at Scrambled. He is up top, but he is alone. He's kind of hiding on that face. I don't think Highpander know he's here. Oh, he's been caught, he's been found, and they Uber onto Tracker, they Uber the sniper
well, it is a force.
To try and keep his team alive. It is a force, yeah, and they're trying to focus this sentry, which might go down. No, it's not, actually. Hammock manages to keep it alive, and TC are surviving here.
There goes Kisakala to a snipe from Flo.
Oh, Ubers comes in though and takes down Mr. Palmsky, running that black box, and Cherry once again is just pushing this cut through up for TC Ambition.
Oh, I think this is it, CeeJaey. I think this is it.
I mean, I wouldn't call it so early. Look at Selec, he's dominating Tracker, using that Enforcer, must be getting very frustrated, constantly going down to the spy, and Scramble's dropped down, he's in main, and he's trying to fight the scout, but loses to Atomic on a 3 kill streak right now. But as long as that sentry is up, Steve, I think Ambition they've got a chance. They're only 20% behind in the Uber stakes, and that sentry is proving to be a bit of a stumbling point right now.
Well, they do have a chance, but if they're not able to get out of their spawn and into the default hold on the health pack on top, it's definitely not going to hold on. And Highpander does have an advantage of, well, 35%.
Yeah,
So
I mean, it was 20, and it seems to be growing as TC seem to be preferring to hold underneath their sentry, but a backstab from Select takes down Hildreth, and that's going to maybe slow things down from Highpander. I'm not sure if they're going to be wanting to push without their heavy, and Flow there on getting a couple of kills, takes down Tracker and then Ubers. So the Uber is actually used underneath. It's been forced by Scrambled, and a lot of it's coming down 83% for Mr. Palmsky, and he dies.
As
and
we
it
go into
looks
a
like
pause.
we have a pause, Steve. I mean, I'm not sure Mr. Palmsky should have been holding that aggressive. You know, the team should know the Uber stakes. They should know who's got an advantage, who's got the disadvantage. And it was well played by Scrambled to kind of throw himself in there and get the force, but maybe the rest of his team should be a bit more passive. I mean, CeeJaey here is the furthest one back, and maybe the medic should have been closer to him, as Gorston and Funky are definitely going to be chasing him down.
Well, I have to admit, I'm a bit disappointed that CeeJaey wasn't there to counter it, because that was a very easy play for the Power to deny. And I'd say TCA got a bit overconfident, because they got all the frags they needed. If Highpander pushed and they were ready for the push, like as he said, holding back with CeeJaey, then they would have just wasted the Uber altogether, because they had no sniper, no... Ooh, that's we're going live again. They had no sniper, no combo.
And Flo takes down Kisakala. So no medic for Highpander as Tracker takes down. He's going to have sniper advantage now. He's going to be... oh, look at Hammock. He's doing a pretty good job there, just wrangling and not allowing Tracker to have the time to get the shot. This is pretty good NG play. But Cherry, once again, on the other end, is just pushing that cart. And unless anyone stops him, he's just going to get that cart into the thing. But no, CeeJaey and Scrambled combine to take him down. And TC Ambition are actually holding this. They're actually getting into position now. But someone needs to stop Tracker from getting free snaps up on that bridge.
But Scramble does go down, and now they're gonna start scrambling to defend this last point. It's definitely going down this time. And as I called it about, what was it, 3 minutes ago, 2 minutes ago? Once you lose that position on top, once you kind of get forced to this position by spawn, it's basically just a battle for time. You save maybe a minute or two, but it's not a good enough hold to win you the defense, in my opinion.
For sure.
Anyway.
I did wonder how long it was going to take for one of these Steve puns, but I feel the best way is just to ignore the puns and hope you grow tired. But you know, so far it's not worked. So we'll see. But I mean, 7 minutes and 14. I mean, if you're Highpander, Steve, as you once were back in the day, how would you be feeling about that time?
7:14 is fairly good. I mean, I'd probably be a bit worried about how the third push went, because I think that's where they lost. Well, third and last is where they lost the majority of their time. But you do expect to take some time to push last, especially on upward. So pretty happy. I wouldn't be surprised if they were able to hold second until the clock runs down. I think that's definitely possible.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a fast time, but I'm gonna play devil's advocate, Steve. And I'm gonna say, look, you know, TC get a drop or they get some big plays, get a wipe on one of the points, then they can definitely roll it over. Quickly go over the Ambition roster.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we've got Wonder on Scout. Quintosh is murking a soldier. Setzel is unavailable, I assume. Sinrise on Pyro, Sinok on Demo, Scrambled on Heavy, Hammock on Engineer, Mr. Palmsky on Medic, Flo is on Sniper, and Selik is on Spy. So that's their main roster, except for the Merc Soldier. And we've got some big jumps here. Sinok is actually all the way behind, and look how close he got. Kisakala, did he drop, Steve? Did he drop to a shank?
I hope not.
He's dead, and he died to a
no.
shank. Did he die? Did he drop?
He
John
did.
confirms. Confirm +2 for Kisakala. And what were you saying? I mean, like I said, if we get a drop, if TC can get something here, then Hildreth also goes down to Flow to the headshot, and Highpander are losing a few players here. They've lost their heavy, they've lost their medic, and they're just getting the hell out of there.
Well, hard to say anything about this other than Kisakala is in the game. Maybe this is an 8v10 situation. Who knows?
I mean,
they can,
look,
they can still
they're
recover.
quite an aggressive fold here.
It's aggressive, but they need some aggression to force the Ubers out. If Tracker's able to get some picks, if he's able to force the TCA team to... Oh, but TCA is going for tunnel. They're doing the same thing we're doing. That never ever works.
No one's watching. Okay, Hildreth. Okay,
there is a sticky trap, and it is Pomsky and Medic. Oh no, they spot it. They spot it. They've got this. They're just choosing to ignore it. Okay.
Which actually comes in from Ambition now, and in comes CeeJaey. He's chasing down Hildreth and gets a lot of damage. He's actually going to focus the sentry, but no, he gets blasted, slammed into that wall, and the counter Uber comes in. Fungi finally takes down Mr. Palmsky, and Medic down for Ambition, and that's just going to slow things down. 5 minutes 25 on the clock, and look at Granger Bob. He's behind Flo, surely going to take him. Oh no, he doesn't. Quintosh saves the day and takes down the Highpander Spy. And we're kind of seeing this aggressive hold again coming in from Highpander. They do have the Uber advantage now. Kisakala at 50%. And Mr. Palmsky's going to start catching up a little bit now. And this is where you're under pressure. They've got 5 minutes and they've got to cap all the way to last. Otherwise, Highpander will take the first round and the first share of the points. I mean, what do TC need to do here? Like, well,
at this point it feels like they're rushing into their pushes. It feels like they're not really allowing their flank to set up. They're not coordinating very well. It's 5 minutes left. It's plenty of time. If you get a good push together, you can roll them all the way to last, possibly from second. They just need to allow themselves the time and place to kind of get a good play going. And they do get a good Uber out of Highpander. So now they have this full Uber advantage. But they are dropping players left and right. And they did force out the Uber in tunnel actually. But it's just Pyro. Nothing's gonna happen here. CeeJaey and Pomsky need to be getting out. Pomsky gets a lucky surf actually on Fungi. Is it lucky?
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe Pomsky's just that good.
It was a decent surf. You got to applaud the surf there, but Tracker is actually behind them. But no, Flo gets the headshot, and the teleporter has not been destroyed. And I'm not sure whether that was intentional by Tracker to take the teleporter behind.
This is a Highpander thing. We scrimmed them yesterday, didn't we?
We did, yeah. We scrimmed them in
and the same thing happened. They just never checked that spot for some strange reason. I think we were about 3 minutes into holding second yesterday, and they still haven't destroyed that telly.
Maybe taking our advice, but no, the sentry goes down to Flo, and it looks like Highpander maybe starting to back out a little bit here. The conch is used by Ubers, and he's using it to get his team up that ramp, up that slope, and out of there. Mr. Pomsky at 65%, Kisakara at 100%, but he does not have anyone for his combo. Missing Fungi, he's missing Hildreth, he's playing rather passive, and this is Ambition's chance. I mean, they need to get that Uber, they need to roll it up, take this ground. They haven't got a sentry to contend with just yet. I mean, it's just a level 1. If they can do it quickly.
Yeah, I mean the card doesn't get
right?
any faster. They have good frags. They had Tracker down, but they weren't able to really use that advantage. So it will be an almost full Highpander team to defend. And there's the counter over from Goreston. Goreston.
And Goreston is just going to chase Mr.
down again. Yes, he is. Ladies and gents, Premiership Highlander.
It's really disappointing. I mean, there were players around for Ambition. You'd think at least one of them was chaperoning their medic away, just to at least body block or something.
Can he get anything? This is a strong sightline if he isn't spotted. And there goes Hildreth. That's a frag. That is a frag. Can they use it though? If you don't have a heavy on the top right, it definitely frees up a lot of space for your team to get in on slow. If they're able to avoid the sniper or call him out early or deal with him, this is TCA's chance. Because they don't have much time left. They have 2 minutes. If they don't win the next push, then the round is probably over.
Yeah, Ambition's losing a couple of players. Tracker just went down there to about 6 HP. Wonder walked into shithouse uncontested, and then Quintosh finished him off with a long-range rocket. So this is the chance now. I mean, they need to do something about that Uber that Kisakala has got, and they're playing quite aggressive. Medic in front, and in comes Selleck. He is in behind, but no, he gets caught out by Hildreth, doing the old spy checking routine there. And I mean, the cart is up one of those ramps, but it's just tipping over now. It's going to start rolling back, which is not good. But no demo for Highpander. Funky got headshot there, and they just need to start making a move. I mean, it's starting to get into the realms of impossibility as the Uber comes in from Ambition. They focus the sentry, but Cherry pulls it away. But Cherry goes down. Quintosh with a huge jump takes down the engineer, but Gorston once again gets another med pick as he just WM1s into the medic with 3 players left alive for Highpander. TC Ambition should be able to get this point now, and it's all about whether they can roll it onto last, Steve. Is this possible? Can they do it?
Can they do it? Just barely. I think they have like 20 seconds leeway maybe. But if they don't get times 3 on the card, if they don't keep it up, and if they don't roll Highpander into lobby, then there is no chance. Because it was just, once again, another rushed push from the TCA combo. This is what it felt like to me.
Look how aggressive Highpander are being. Their combo has come down, dropped down. They are actually here and ready and waiting. And they're still contesting third. I mean, the cart is being pushed up here by Hammock and Wonder. But the Highpander combo are just still defending it. They want to maybe eke out as much time as they can on third as possible. As Fungi is really weak, just dodging those pipes, getting some heals, and the cart has been stopped. And I think with about 30 seconds left to go, this is it. I think Highpander have taken this first round. But in the end, it wasn't maybe as much of a roll as we thought. Tracker focusing that cart, takes down Sinrise, just stops it as the Uber does come out. An extra Uber for Kisser. And he pushes forward, saves Hildreth, who was really weak. Selleck is in behind, misses the medic totally. Was actually going for the heavy, but he died to the stickies of Sinnock. And Kisser's surfing away from those scattergun shots. Good play for him. But it is going to go to Highpander, Steve. And that is at least 2 points for Highpander. And I don't know, a scare there? I mean, they seem pretty comfortable on that third point. But after that that drop on the first point, they did get a little bit rolled back to second.
Well, it's to be expected when you lose your Uber. You have to give up space or you just risk losing more and more. They're definitely not... They don't have much respect, so to say, for TCA. They're playing as aggressively as they want, basically. And TCA is allowing that kind of playstyle, which I'd like to see them address, but it's if they weren't able to come up with... Or, I'm not really sure. Have you been checking logs of TCA recently? Have you seen who they scrim?
I know that we scrimmed them on Monday. We played them, and I'm not sure who they've played since. So no, I'm not sure quite what level what teams they're going to be playing.
So they did play against good high-level teams. They have some experience like dealing with this kind of aggression. Because I think a big difference between high and prem is how aggressive the teams are. Sorry, like because you have to know the limits, but you also have to push them. And Highpander is very good at doing that against this team. TCA will have to... Well, first of all, they have to step up the Uber game, because if you're at a disadvantage or if you're losing your medic all the time, it doesn't matter how much of a DM monkey your sniper or scout are. You're still just going to lose the objectives.
I mean, absolutely, and I agree. I think that's what... to credit Highpander, they dropped their medic on first, sure, that happens sometimes. But the way they reacted on second, they got this held up on second, they forced the Uber early, and it was the way they reacted to it on second, and they managed to get a decent amount of time on second. So, that's where I think the game, or the round at least, was won there on that second point. And, they backed out on second when they needed to. They got enough players out onto third, and maybe that's where Ambition lost it. I mean, maybe they should have been a little bit more aggressive on the transition from first to second, and carried that on from second to third as well. But I mean, just taking a look at the logs, the top fraggers were the snipers, as maybe you'd expect on a map like this. Flo actually coming in with the 20 frags, 20 to 10, so doing pretty well there on his first game of the season. Tracker just behind on 18. And then we've got Ubers with 16, Fungi on 16 as well for Highpander. And the next highest for TC Ambition was Sinnock, the demo. So, I mean, those are the kind of players you'd expect. I mean, Sinnock comes in, he's played Wasp, back in Season 8 as demo. He has that Prem experience, and they do have players like that in the team. And Flo's obviously been talked about a lot as this really, really strong sniper. I mean, we've played against him before, we know how good he is. And maybe, I don't know, maybe they need to give him a little bit more support, play around the picks that he gets. I mean, what do TC Ambition need to do to kind of win this round? Because if they play like they did in the previous round, they're not going to win. Like, what do they need to kind of step up for this second half?
Babysitting Flow probably isn't the solution. I think they just need to take a step back and think. Well, first of all, I'm worried because I think they might be starting to panic, thinking, okay, if we lose this round, this is 6 points. Although, who knows? Maybe they're just thinking, okay, it's just first game against Highpander, it doesn't matter. But what they really need to do here is just take a deep breath, calm down, played over smart because they are definitely rushing them. You said maybe they should be more aggressive on the transition to the second. I'd argue the opposite. I'd argue they need to let their flank catch up to them. Because you could see that. You could even see that with Highpander to an extent, where both of the teams are pushing really early. Both of them really aggressive. Even at times where they don't really have an advantage, or where they won't have any follow-up or any chase potential. Because it is a contest for time, if you will. But even at second, they didn't have to be desperate. They had a comfortable 5 minutes to just kind of regroup and get their flank together and allow Flo to get a good position, get some picks. Because he was getting frags, he was getting really good damage. I think he got double whatever Tracker got, didn't he, on damage? And it definitely, I don't think it favors Sniper very much if you just push as fast as you can. Because the more space you take, Sniper runs pretty slowly. There isn't really that many good sightlines. There's a few. So TCA would probably benefit from a playstyle that's a little slower, maybe more methodical. It's hard to say with those teams because it seems like a bit of a clash. Basically, you have the combo who tries to push really fast, and they're just like, okay, let's trade, let's see if we can DM them, and then you have Flo as the highest threat on the team, who maybe just isn't able to catch up to them very well.
Yeah, essentially you need that
synergy. So maybe I'm just being a bit too harsh.
Essentially, you need that synergy between all the players on your team, and maybe people just need to either wait or keep up with the rest of the team. But we do have Quintosh here, just running that default rocket launcher, coming forward. Scrambled comes in, and they're coming around this right-hand side, but they do get picked off one by one, and maybe just a little bit of Gorston there with the reflect onto Quintosh, so that ends that wave of suicides. Maybe just a little bit more coordination needed with people coming in together, perhaps. Coming in one by one, that didn't really work there, as Kisakala didn't drop this time and didn't have to use his Uber. So we're just kind of waiting now, and Mr. Palmsky's still waiting in spawn. So we're going to see some more suicides. As Flo does win the sniper battle. We will have a play from
Selec. Can he get the NG? No, gets caught out. Quite predictable when you just.
Sinnock jumps in, and he can't manage to. The sentry is so weak, but doesn't actually manage to get anything down. But sniper down. He's down for another 9 seconds at least. And maybe that's enough for the medic to come out, I don't know.
Guess he just died to the heavy fists.
My god, did he die to the fists of drops, to the fists of steel?
And that was a mini crit as well, so I think that was actually... Was that Jarati, or was that the stake? John,
I
can you
think
verify?
he's running the stake, and the Uber comes in. We'll come back to that later as Sinnock takes the most of this Uber, and he's just spamming that sentry, gets taken away by Cherry as he backs down, and Tracker goes down again, so Sniper down again for Highpander. Sinnock spamming those pipes away, and they've got to get this cart back into the position. And it does look like there's some aggression.
Deja vu. Once again, because
we're going to see if
let's see
maybe they've
if
been
TCA...
listening to you, Steve. Maybe they've been listening, and they're gonna do something different here.
Well, if they're listening to the stream while the game is going on, then I'm not very helpful. Krenjabov is actually in position. He's gonna go in for that pick. Can he get it? Oh, he misses the stab.
And he falls off
I guess
the
he
cliff.
didn't do enough MG on Violet today to get those 3 shots on Palmsky that he needed. Palmsky is quite weak though, so if... Actually no, look at the health on Highpander.
I mean, Hildreth goes down to the Enforcer. And Funky goes down to a headshot from Flo. So they're playing around their sniper, and they're getting the picks that they need. And Kisakala has his Uber, but he's got to be careful here. They don't have very many players around them. Gorston is only one, as 90% for Palmsky. They've used the Uber. I'm not sure if they know that Sinnock and Palmsky have got 100% in the house. They do get forced.
And in response to Selec's Enforcer, they are coming in force into this TCA team.
Just look at the front, look at the kill feed.
Palmsky is completely out of position. He is playing as if he was a defending player there. TCA pushed literally into red spawn while the red team was inside tunnel. It's not sure. It sounds like it looks like miscommunication, but it could just be really huge balls.
Yeah, I mean that was kind of odd of them, but Floger gets their headshot onto Fungi, so that's another opening pick for Ambition to work around. But yeah, I mean it was quite frustrating. Looked like they had a really good approach there, but the follow-up just went into Highpander's favour as so much damage comes down from Quintosh and Sinnock as they come in, they take down the combo.
Lived for such a long time there as well.
Kisakala's down to about 50 HP. He's being chased, he has to run away, but Gorson is there to protect him, reflecting those stickies away. Funky dies straight away out of the spawn door, and Scramble just... Does he know that Grenjabob's there? That spamming his Tomislav around the corner. 3 minutes 32 isn't the fastest of time, but they do have momentum now. They have about 20% advantage. And if they take this in now, Steve, I mean, they should be able to get third, right?
Well, Grenjabob just got this count, so the cart is going to be really slow for the next, 20-25 seconds. So once again, TCA is at really high risk of just overextending. And there they go! There goes Spamsky, and they've once again overextended onto the slope. Might just be lacking Mainko. I mean, playing Mafia, playing Epic Mafia with Spamsky, it's not a good sign as to how... well, let's just say they could use some more game sense in their combo.
Hildreth doing his spy checking job there, takes down Selek. And there's not really much to say at the moment. 30% advantage for Kisakala. But the cart is moving up, and Ubers is on that little balcony there trying to stop the cart, but Scrambled is running the Fists of Steel. Means he takes less damage, and he's able to push that cart up without much resistance. And the only pick so far is Hildreth going down to that headshot. He's in a 10-second respawn. And the conch comes in from Ubers, maybe trying to focus that cart a little bit. Does actually stop it totally, and Quintos takes down Gorston, so no pyro is pretty key on this point. And oh look, great coordination there. The sap came in from Selek. Quintos just using his rocket launcher to take down that sentry gun. So no sentry gun for TC Ambition to contend with on this third point. And it's not looking too bad for them at the moment. They're just kind of slowly, methodically working their way up. And I don't know, a good push could crack this, Steve. I mean, what needs to happen here? What's going to be the catalyst?
Well, the catalyst. They need an opening frag. They have Grenja and Ubers that isn't very good. There's goes Atomic, so that's 3 frags, yeah. And once again, they're really aggressive. So that's the good part. They're really aggressive. They're getting their right clicks and they're getting everything. But Flo is playing really passively. He does good frags though. I suppose that really works. They managed to, well, it must have been like their 4th or 5th attempt now, and they finally managed to strong arm some space out of Highpander.
Yeah, they got good frags there, and Mr. Palmsky was in a much better position this time on that slope, just holding further back but still healing key classes like the demo to spam. 5:56 is not a bad time for third at all. They just need to crack this last push. As Kisakala goes down to Quintosh, he jumps in on last, and he's jumped into Hildreth. Hildreth is just rocketing, and he gets Tracker! Oh no, how do they not respond to that? No sniper now for them to walk in, and they're going to be able to push that cut all the way in through choke now, as Tracker has 15 seconds till he respawns. They have a 75% Uber advantage. Grenjabob just focusing the cart just to maybe slow it down a bit. They need to get somebody there pushing it. Maybe Scout should be doing the cart pushing duties at the moment.
This is a similar situation that TCA wasn't before, except this time they have this teleporter from Cherry going to top. So their combo had a really, really easy time of just regrouping on that stronghold. So I'm expecting this to well. Oh, never mind. Selek gets a nice frag on Hildreth and Kissa goes down. So perhaps Cherry actually baited his team there. The play was right, but they didn't counter Ubers. And TCA is getting really good position on top here. They need to not lose their players. They need to shut down the spawn doors. If they can get their heavy to Pride, which, well, they're not really doing at the moment. The heavy seems to be, yeah, the heavy goes on the card. So if Highpander, well, no, the spawns aren't fast enough. This is gonna be the win for TCA.
Hildreth
and a really good time as well.
Yes,
this is 2 seconds faster than the last round. So they did outpush Highpander.
Yeah. They've got the... I mean, if they'd pushed that in the previous round, they would be the ones sitting on sort of at least 2 points at the moment, having capped 2 seconds faster. So, I mean, that was a much better response out of Ambition. Maybe they weren't kind of panicking. They've just sat down and thought, right, what do we need to do? And yeah, some big plays there. I mean, that last Uber push just came in. Selek got the backstab onto Hildreth, and Sinnock just got the key. The key kills. Sorry, he got Gorston, he got Kisakala, and they played really well. So I mean, I'm gonna ask you, Steve, having played against Highpander, was it yesterday we played them?
Possibly.
Yeah, we saw them use the old critical Krieg at one point. Are you expecting crits out of Kissa? Do you think Hildreth's going to say, look, Fungi?
Hey, if it works against you, then it's definitely going to work against Spamsky.
Haven't dropped to crits yet, Steve. May drop to something else
every time you see them on the map.
We'll
when
see
you
if
don't
that'll-
drop the crits, you drop to the spy behind the crits.
Well, I will say, if they
True
do
story.
switch to crits, I would consider it Highpander feeling under pressure, perhaps. You know, but it doesn't look like Kisser is. He's sat in spawn with 100% on the medigun. So maybe they're just feeling, it's fine. And here comes Fungi using that sticker bomb launcher. Great,
Nice
great
surfing
jump
there.
in. And he lands.
Yes.
Oh,
Ooh,
look
Pumsky
at
10
Mr.
HP.
Pumsky's 8 HP. Oh my God,
Where
balls
is
he
Scramble
plays.
with the fist? Granja went in as well, just going for the butter knives, but it's not good enough. And the
Balls
thing
of
about
steel
crits, I
from Mr.
think-
Palmsky there. Unbelievable. Granger came in maybe 2 seconds late, Steve. If he had been there a couple of seconds faster, he could have shanked for the drop. But no, Mr. Palmsky
One whip from
surviving
Ubers
it.
is all they needed. But going back to the crits argument, I think if your strategy is to trade with the Uber, if you were going to just go in and go out of the gate and trade straight away, then Uber is just about as good. Sorry, no, never mind. What I'm trying to say is that crits is better if you're trying to just trade. But if you're doing what Highpander is doing, if you're going for those suicides, if you're trying to kind of get them to fall back before there is an Uber fight, then it's better to have this kind of backup plan of having an Uber. 'Cause
Sure,
if the
I mean-
crits fails, then they're in a bad spot. They have to spend a minute just building up an Uber.
Ubers have been traded now as Gorston gets that force, and Zinrise is doing a great job. He's keeping the medic and the demo pushed into that corner and manages to back away and survive. But it looks like
That's just... wow.
T-
No
yeah, I mean,
damage
that was
on
decent.
Sinrise. There was no damage. Hildreth was on the right, Cherry ignored him, and... Well, they are getting frags. Scramble took the telly when he shouldn't have. And is Highpander going to spot the telly?
Great aggression here. Highpander just holding W and walking forward. They do take down Sinrise, but there is a level 3 to contend with. Quintosh is using that direct hit, just trying to spam, but no, the sentry goes down to Fungi. And Mr. Pumpsy does have an Uber advantage here, and he has got his heavy spawning right now, but I mean, this is a key moment. This is a key moment. Either they stay in and they hold this, or they stay in and they die and they wipe, and it could be the end of the round, or they decide to get out. And it looks like they're playing at the passive here. They are backing out and maybe just focusing on third to get most of their time, as it just ticks over to 5 minutes left now. And Hildreth running that fist of steel, just walking in, and it forces the Uber, I think. Kisakal is on 99%, he's 40 HP. Finally manages to get that Uber and he pops it.
Full health for Sinrise, so... Oh, never mind. 100-0 from Tracker. Highpander has a window now. They should be able to get some prize.
Kisakala went down. Kisakala went down to Quintosh and his direct hit, still running that slightly odd choice of rocket launcher on the defense.
Oh hey, it works, right? So...
If it works, I mean,
Gorston
land those
is
direct
flanking from
hits.
Shithouse. If he gets slow here, that's a... No, never mind. That is a sentry. But you do need those opening frags, so even if... I mean, not having your pyro could potentially hurt you, but if you can trade for a sniper when you're the offending team, then that's great. You should be going for those plays.
Float does get a headshot onto Fungi, so no demo for Highpander for a couple of seconds at least. And once again, we're seeing an Uber advantage here for TC. We're seeing them in decent position. They've got all their players up, and they're in their positions, holding third. And we've got under 4 minutes to go. So I mean, the pressure is definitely on Highpander at the moment. But Quintosh
Yeah,
does
look
go
how
down.
close the cart is getting. They're getting that slope. Never mind, Cherry backs out. So just about fast enough TCA is directing, because that one hill, that's very crucial, because the cart does go back, and if you have the cart for cover as well, it's very easy.
Yeah, but a sticky trap there.
Highpander-
And Fungi's gonna fall down. He falls down into
There is
to the
no one with
abyss.
Kissa. 0 players with Kissa.
Yeah,
TCA
and, Highpander have to
needs
back
to
out
be
there.
aggressive now.
But they're getting cart time. Look at the cart. Tracker is on the cart and he
There
manages
he
to
goes.
take down Flow. And look at Uber's in shithouse, but no, he gets caught out by Quintosh, winning
And that was
battle on the
so
flank.
easy for TCA to just put some damage, put some spam on the card. Highpander had no demo, they had no heals forward. The flank was just alone, and they're able to push the card so forward. Sinnox still has a chance. But at this point you just have to back away, you have to count your losses, hold last. 3 minutes for last isn't horrible. But Sinnock and Pomsky are caught out. Oh no, this is gonna end really quickly. I can't see a situation. Although, no, never mind, Kissa is on medic, anything could happen. There is some spam in
So
the turret.
rude. But Gorston, yeah, I mean, I want to see how many min picks Gorston got in this game so far. It must be about 3 or 4 already. Just kind of charging in at the right time and getting those
Pyro of the
picks.
season right there.
Kisakala is at 100%, but TC do have some players up top, but no, Fungi with one pipe takes on 2 players. There's the flank for
Insane.
TC dead with that one pipe, sorry. And the Uber comes in, but they drop down, and okay, Fungi focuses that sentry and jumps up, maybe to block that spawn door, gets a sticky onto Hammock, and Hammock is just building a mini. I don't think he's aware that Fungi's behind him. Fungi goes down to Sinnock, and the cart is still actually in choke. 3 players left alive, including the medic for TC. This is still possible, perhaps, if they get their respawns and they start blocking the appropriate doors. Sinnock trying to focus Hildreth. He is milked. He does go down, but no sniper for TC. And Quintosh is doing the work at the moment. He's just blocking that cart, Steve. I mean, what does TC need to do? What do they need to focus on?
They need to punish those overextending players. They did the right thing with Hildreth. They focused him down quickly. Now they need Tracker to get down from main. They need to kind of stabilize. A minute and 30 seconds is holdable. They don't have to go for base pin. They don't have to take huge risks. All they need is one good Uber trade. The Ubers are even, but at this point they just need to let their players respawn, hopefully react to Tracker well, because Tracker is going to be getting that really strong sight line from the stairs on top. So if they overextend here... Ooh! Highpander does use the Uber, and they're going really aggressive. This is a bit of a mistake if CeeJaey is able to capitalize on it.
Yeah, and they do take down Fungi and Gorston in that Uber exchange, and Hildreth taking so much damage. Does go down, but Tracker gets the headshot onto Flo.
Can he get out? He does get out. Quintus doesn't commit to the chase. But you can see how the combo is still not in a very good position. So Highpander is... Well, they could get this. I don't think they will. 30 seconds. It could be anyone's game at this point. This is exciting, CeeJaey. I don't know what to talk about. You take over, please.
Well,
save me.
Highpander are just flooding in through main at the moment. They're just walking a big jump from Ubers, takes up, and he's going to focus Hammock. Hammock goes down, and his sentry is going to follow suit. 25 seconds. Fungi's on the cart. Someone needs to block that cart. Sinnock is doing the best he can with those stickies, just spamming it. But Highpander are focusing. Selec double stab takes down 2 players.
Wonder.
And funny is Atomic, but it's just Flo left alive, and he goes down to the body shot with about 15 seconds to go. Heartbreaking for TC Ambition. So close to picking up points against one of the most experienced teams in European Highlander. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite go their way as Highpander win the second round as well, taking the full 6 points, Steve. Wow. I mean, I've got a feel for TC there. I mean, I felt that they could have held it there, but, you know, I mean, what went wrong right at the end?
They're very close to a good team. They had... Well, Quintus was their merc, wasn't he? But Quintus was definitely making a really big impact on the flank. I'm not sure if their main soldier is as impactful on the game. But their flank was pretty good. Their flank wasn't massively losing to the Highpander flank. So the issue right now for TCA is definitely their combo play. They need to really do some demo reviews and put the effort in to kind of see where their pushes are going wrong. To me, just based on this game alone, it feels like they're just using them too fast and kind of they don't seem sure what to do with them. They seem to just kind of Uber because that's what you do. They don't like focus on positions or on kills or anything. Which, I mean, it does come with experience. And TCA, that was a pretty close game from them. I was expecting a more convincing result. That second round, that was basically, what, 10 seconds left on the clock? When you think about TCA, they didn't even win high. They were the second in high. They won a relegation playoff against Stacked, I think it was, who was basically on the verge of folding. So they're the underdog. It's up to them. You know, they can take their time. They can prove themselves. They can improve slowly but surely, and I'd like to see that.
Absolutely. Nice, I mean, this is something. I mean, it's the first game of the season. There's a long way to go in the season. And, you know, to come that close, I mean, to go away with no points must be disheartening, but surely they can take something from this match and say, hey, you know, we took it down to 10 seconds against Highpander. We must be pretty proud of that. Just taking a quick look at the logs. Top fragger that game was actually Sinrise, the Pyro for TC Ambition, with 18. Just behind him on 16 was Tracker, Atomic, and Quintosh, the Merc, was doing pretty well for TC as well. So, I mean... Yeah, I mean, it's pretty close all around. I mean, when you take a look at the players, not too much different in the stats, as we are joined by Hildreth, our fresh heavy main on the block. Hildreth, what's your initial reaction to that game?
I'm happy we won. That's about it.
Is it more relief than kind of anything else?
Well, we knew we weren't going to have an easy game, particularly because we just started playing with this team. Like we'd had a couple of changes in the combo. The combo is just completely revamped, and we've barely had time to practice anything. I think the PCW did against you guys yesterday was a big learning curve for us. What we need to do. So we were fortunate to play one of the lower Prem teams at the start of the season. We were all right in the first round. Second round, they pushed us really hard. Like, they dropped our medical first both times. It's a bit of a problem.
Fist of Steel, yeah.
That was my fault. Because I even called, okay, we can't let the spy drop our medic this time, so Gorston 100%, you focus on the spy. I'll shoot anybody that runs in from the front. Because Fungi has this thing where he likes to go for air shots. And then as he ran in, I moved to balcony, and he ran in at the exact same time.
I mean, talking about your combo, it's brand new. I mean, the initial, you spoke about it as early as the award show last season about you moving to medic, and then you've trialed, a bunch of different people, and then in the preseason cup, in the map test cup, you played medic. Highpander got to the final. You had this kind of kunai fungi you on medic combo, and then you've said kunai can't play, and instead of looking for a heavy, you've opted to go heavy yourself. I mean, like, how do you see that progressing? I mean, do you see it as just kind of learning to play with each other, or is this something you can see, you doing Emilio and focusing on heavy and really kind of going down that route for Highpander?
Yeah, well, the good thing about playing heavy is I've never played it properly for a season. I've played the most I've done with heavy. I merked some NA plat PCWs for some teams, sometimes with heavy. It wasn't spectacular. So my plan is to just focus on learning the class. There's so many things to learn, man. There's like yesterday, just rewatching the Source TV demo, I learned so much about not baiting my team. Amelia did had 12k more damage than me.
Yeah, even today I saw you go for flanks a lot during pushes, which I think it ended up hurting Highpander a bit. Especially on first, you went far right, and then that allowed Sinrise to basically deny your entire combo with no Uber on him because there was no damage to kind of clean frags up for your demo.
I know I'm gonna commit and just say that my players were always the best choice and everyone else was shit. That's the Hildreth way. But no, that's you're right. Just those sort of things, really, because we haven't worked together or practiced or gone through things. People really don't we don't know how to execute pushes beyond just our experience of playing TF2. So I thought at the time when we push, I thought I could leave the combo and go right side, but obviously not. But that's the thing about playing heavy. It's a new class to play, and it might actually motivate me to play TF2 more, to actually pick up a new class.
We are also joined by Hammock and Scrambled from TC Ambition. Welcome, guys. Commiserations. I'm going to ask you the same question. What's your initial reaction to that game? I mean, how close it was at the end. I mean, are you disappointment or expectation? What?
We thought we could maybe take it, I think, but yeah, we knew it was going to be like a close game either way. Obviously, quite disappointed we couldn't get it because it was one that I think we could have had, but it was just really close towards the end, and we sort of did a lot of stupid things because of the pressure and stuff, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, the odds were kind of stacked against us, and we kind of just tried to make the best out of a bad situation, and there were a lot of situations that could have gone a lot better, but I'm quite satisfied with the game. We did pretty well.
I mean, what's did you what did you see potentially that you could have got out of this game before the game started? I mean, coming up against Highpander, did you see them as this, experienced top 3 Prem team? Or did you see them as, a lot of roster changes, we can potentially pick up points here? I mean, what's your kind of strategy for this game? And does it really matter? Does this result really affect you for your ambitions, excuse the pun, for the rest of the season?
You learn fast.
Yeah, I think we saw a bit of both there, to be honest. We we definitely were thinking, oh my god, like this team's, everyone on it's quite a big name. They've got like the chess club flank from last season.
Hello, fungi, big name. Sorry, continue.
Yeah. Well, they're all like big names for us, and we thought, this is a scary team to go up against. But we were, we've heard that the Highpander haven't really been scrimming, and they haven't been had a lot of roster changes. So it was a bit of both, I think.
We had determination. We also had secret strats, like the
level 3
heavy.
Yeah,
I haven't seen a level 3 offense, Hammock. What's going on?
Explain
yourself. That's probably why you lost. You didn't go level 3 sentries.
I was told to just push the cart as much as possible. I mean, I could go level 3s and just keep rescuing the gun behind me as I'm pushing the cart.
Hey, maybe TF2 will do an Overwatch and let you build sentries on top of carts.
Yeah, you should build it on the cart and just like a little Winston shield.
I'm curious to ask, how is you guys' combo like? Because I noticed from this game that you guys were your combo was rushing a lot. I noticed that your combo wasn't really. I'm not sure if maybe it's the flank. Maybe the flank doesn't call enough.
Well,
but it seems like the flank doesn't have enough time to catch up to the combo.
It's quite hard for us because we've been trying. Like, we had a soldier leave us a couple of weeks before the season, and then we've been moving demo around and trying different demo men and stuff. And so it's been quite hard to work with them. And they're trying me main calling, and I've never main called before. And it's all very new to me, and so we're a bit all over the place, as you probably saw, the combo plays. And obviously, yeah, we need to work on it a lot.
I do apologise to my co-caster. He's vastly inexperienced when it comes to interviews. He's not asking the hard-hitting questions. What was the reaction in the TC Mumble when you managed to drop a medic using a stake Fists of Steel strat?
People were just like telling us to like calm down and play the game because we were worried that we were going to throw now. I
honestly had all my faith in Scrambled.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, it was a bit of hype, you should expect from a Fist of Steel med drop, but
yeah, we have to fill the void of not having a constant Thompson engineer.
But no, it was quite a good reaction to that, I suppose.
That was pretty funny, even though I felt bad. I couldn't help smile at the same time.
It's almost as funny as Palmskida into Garrison like 5 times in a row on Fed.
Oh wow, that's just brutal.
You wanted me to be hard hitting.
But he's kind of right, but he's brutal, man.
Moving on to found Tracker through the teleporter pretty funny.
Oh yeah, Tracker taking the teleporter and standing behind was.
Highpander never checks that telly. It's just no.
But it was their telly, Steve. Tracker took it.
Oh, that's true. TC never checks that telly, man. Jeez.
Moving on to
I
next
usually
week,
check around, but I just
Hildreth.
presumed that Scout would check for it. Just
moving on to next week. So you've got 6 points in the bag now, and your next game is Lakeside and Process next week. You come up against Premtech. How do you fancy your chances for getting points there?
Well, on the one hand, I expect it to be a very difficult game, and the points might be split. That's what I'm thinking. On the one hand, I would look at all of their team and players. You'd think it's going to be a difficult match. But on the other hand, when I saw them play against Budget Toucans, I wasn't impressed by how they played. So it depends what sort of team turns up. But they're like us, really. They're putting together a roster, new roster that needs to work with each other. So I think it's going to be a game full of mistakes, scrappy game. We'll see who wins.
The team without Kaltu always wins.
Yeah, it's be interesting playing heavy against the Breakfast. No, wait, Kaltu's going to be heavy.
I think Kaltu is mine, yeah.
Oh, well, that's fucking
I thought Breakfast was. I'm not sure if they've swapped or not. We'll have to wait and see.
Not that Kaltu's a bad player, but I would hate to play against Breakfast on heavy.
We'll see which of the Brit heavies will turn up next week. Maybe Hildreth heavy for Highlander Nations Cup next time it comes around. Could be a thing.
No.
Hammock and Scrambled, you guys in week 2, you're playing up against the Bureau, a team I'm sure you're sorry, you're sick of the sight of. You guys played them last season in High, and you played them again in the final of the High playoffs. how do you fancy your chances against the team? I mean, I don't want to be disrespectful, but a lot of the teams in the preseason show were talking about Bureau and Ambition finishing near the bottom of the table. Do you guys see this as kind of being a really big kind of relegation decider? I mean, if you can get the win here, I mean,
like our ambition here is to like secure a spot in Prem. So like that, this is like a big game for us because we want to. If we get the 3 wins, I think. Don't we get? Does that mean we're in Prem? I think it does. But yeah, this is a game that we could win, and so yeah, we're going to take this really seriously and go for the win. Like this next game, it's a big game for us.
It's going to be a grudge.
We can't win all the games.
True that. I mean, don't think anyone's won all of their games in the season since SNSD.
It's not going to be us.
It's not going to be now. No, I mean, you kind of
Highpander lost the first game of season 6, and they ended up winning that. We ended up winning that, so you can still win Scrambled.
Oh, well, that's what we're going for. Then we're going to win.
Winning.
That's the ambition I want.
Yeah, that's the ambition.
Okay. Well, we don't actually have any confirmed fixtures for next week. I'm afraid people are still deciding, but we do have one more match for week 1. And that's going to be played on Sunday the 27th at 20:15 CET, and that's going to be between Premtech and Wasp on Upward. So that'll be the last game of week 1. And I'm not sure who's casting that. I think it may be a Carlozzo Maxi combo again. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. Oh no, it's Sigafu and Carlozzo, says John. So Sigafu and Carlozzo will be on Sunday 20:15. And that's Premtech versus Wasp. So we'll just go to some shout-outs quickly. Hammock, is anyone you want to shout out to?
Shout out to Setso, who couldn't play today. And shout out to John.
Cool. And Hildreth?
Shout out to Okie Pony. You're always in my heart. In fact, I wrote her a poem. I'm just gonna.
Would you like to read it?
I'm just gonna Google love poems on the internet. No, she knows. She knows. That's actually, and also shout out to my team. Shout out to BlackOut, and shout out to the Brits, LoL Highlander team going to LAN. Going to be driving all night tonight. That's Maxi, Starry, and some other gamers.
Sounds like it's going to be fun. Scrambled, do you have anyone you want to shout out to?
I'll give a shout out to PK and Bees because they're my mates, and I'll give a shout out to Extra Solar for teaching me how to do the buffalo steak sandwich strat.
So the origin is revealed. And finally, Steve, any shout outs?
I'll pass, thank you.
Okay. So I'll give a shout out to Morphine, as Steve isn't. So, remember who's thinking of you. It's not Steve, it's me. Shout out to my team, Strong Opinions.
2016.
And to the teams tonight for giving a really exciting game. There were some really amazing moments, and it was very fun to get first cast of the season. And to Steve for being my co-caster. It was fun as always. And shout outs to all of our sponsors. We've got TF2 Pickup, and we have got Essentials.tf. And of course, check out thespire.tf. It is a new news website. It's not just got Highlander, it's got Six's action as well. Some articles written by people such as myself and Sideshow and many others. And there is action being covered from the high division of 6v6. And of course, Highlander as well, which you may not be able to read articles on ETF2L or anywhere else. So definitely check out that website. That's thespire.tf. Check that out after this game if you want.
.tv.
.tv, sorry.
Get it
thespire.tv.
right,
Damn it. Getting it all wrong. I'm beefing it up, boys. I'm beefing it. So this has been us. I've been CeeJaey with Steve, Hammock, Hildreth, Scrambled, and of course in the background doing all the grunt work has been John. BlackOut Gaming TV, Week 1, Highpander versus TC Ambition, and we'll see you on Sunday for Premtech versus Wasp.